Hi, I'm Trey. I've been building stuff on the web for well over 20 years, and I want to share some of the stuff that I've learned. I want to show two or three videos where I demonstrate some starter kits that I've created with years of hopefully wisdom and whatnot. The base of it is this VPS toolbox, which currently is very tied to DigitalOcean, but hope it is applicable to more things. And as I get more experience with different providers, I can add that functionality. But as it is, it's like the whole concept of VPS is you're not tied into a it's a platform as a service kind of thing. It is basically a Linux server that you can do what you want with. And this toolbox will simplify creating an environment for, and as it is right now, a Django or a Kirby site, like really quickly. So I may do a video talking about this, but basically this lets you spin up a new droplet, which is a VPS in DigitalOcean that's ready to deploy a Django or Kirby site. So, but what I wanted to show you today is the Django site, and I want to show you how quick you can get a Django site spun up from scratch on your computer and develop with it. But then more importantly, like there's lots of starter kits, but using that VPS toolbox, actually deploy it. And like without, the idea is without a lot of the little fiddly things. And as I've done this, I've countless times thought, well, I've got it now, and I'll walk through it. And it's like, well, there's more fiddly things to figure out. So hopefully most of those rough edges here with this are taken care of. So let's go to the terminal, and it uses this Python project called Cookie Cutter, and I use that with Kirby too because it works so well. So and you can run this. The command I have here is you can run it just directly from the repo here, but I'm going to run it from my local version. So it's called Django site, and you just run cookie cutter Django site. Enter your name. So yeah, it prompts you. There's a little wizard that kind of it takes all these values and puts them in all the various configuration files for you. And I'm going to call this deploy Django, and it creates a little slug for you. I'm being lazy with no caps, but that's okay. And the whole security through obscurity thing, it's a good idea to not name your admin, /admin as is the default. So you can pick one of these options or change it once this is set up. Let's do Batcave. And then I'm going to do deploy Django. So I have this subdomain set up with DNS on my DigitalOcean, but as part of that toolbox, that's a very easy thing to set up as well. I just don't want to have that delay while I'm working on this right now. So this spins up a whole bunch of different things. It installs Python dependencies. It installs node dependencies, of which I don't have that many. This is not a tutorial about how to set up React or any sort of thing. This is like regular Django multi-page app. But with Vite for CSS compiling, because it's really cool with live hot reloading in the browser. So sets up a custom user model, which I feel is the right way to use Django. I know that's a little bit of a heated topic, but anyway, so there it is. And if we do, so it uses just, so there's some just commands. Oh, those are my global ones. Hold on. So some just commands, and just dev will spin up the server. locally. So we go to the browser and go to localhost 8000. There it is. And the email, and then the default password, demo. There you go. There's a Django site that's running with authentication. You can go to slash Batcave, and there's the admin. So that's done. Like, I don't know how long was that actually to create that, and that's great. So let's go to so the one thing. Okay, this is what we go by here. Here's the commands to launch that to production. So first we need to edit this Ansible playbook. It's very simple. So let's edit this file. I have a droplet that's aliased as droplet on my machine, and I'm running multiple Django sites on a essentially $4 a month DigitalOcean droplet. Each of them is running GUnicorn at a different port, so I need to pick a unique port. So I'm going to choose 8008 and save that. So that's all the editing I need to do to this file. And then let's look at the README. So this does a lot of little things on the server. A lot of this stuff has been set up on this droplet already, which is why it says okay. But when it's changed something, it says change. So the idea with Ansible, which is what the toolbox uses for the deployment stuff, you can run it multiple times and it will never cause an issue, and it'll only run what it needs to run to make it match the criteria you've set. So it's doing lots of stuff where, this is neat, you can just push your Git to your droplet, to your VPS, just push it directly there and it deploys it, reloads caddy and whatever that needs to happen. So it's really simple in terms of continuous integration or whatever the hell. All right, that's that. And so then, as I mentioned, the git push to deploy, we're going to update the bits that that command did within the repository and then push it. And it's installing things on the server because it set up the git hook, the git post receive hook for you, like all these little fiddly things. It's installing all the Python stuff here. It'll run the migrations. It'll compile the static files. Boom, that's that. And then as the last step, so that you can actually log into the admin and whatever, this will create the super user account with a silly change me password. So please change that once you do this. But now we should be able to go to deploy Django.peepworks. There it is. We just deployed that. And we can log in with that change me. We're logged in. Like it compiled all the assets. It set up a super user. You can go to Batcave just like we set up earlier. Like this, that's all there. Ta-da. Okay, I guess that's good for this one. Okay, bye.